Americans are going to get a $600 check. So this is going to, God, this is the break we need. We didn't need universal health care during a pandemic. Thank you, U.S. Congress and the U.S. government. We didn't need universal health care. We didn't need $2,000 a month. No. $600, and now Mitch McConnell gets to go home, and we get to pay our rent, and then we get to, well, I guess that's about all we get to do, right? So $600 checks, right? Everybody's going to get $600 checks. Everybody's going to be talking about that and, bragging about that. But this is $900 billion. First, Nico CSFB, Joe Biden hates black people. This is Nico House. Nobody ever talks about how Anna Kasparian would straight up trash Jimmy Dore on their live show while he was still doing aggressive progressives, and he would never respond by attacking her. He often still praised TYT. It took a ridiculous amount of vitriol from her for him to finally respond. So since he's had the audacity to put his personal respect for his former colleagues to the side in order to stand up for himself and the people who need health care now, what we beg our politicians to do, he's the problem. These are gaslighting, classist hypocrites forced to vote. This is Nico House. I'm just reading his Twitter. What else did he have? Okay, here's another one. A lot of those Rose Twitter kids really going to wish they supported forced to vote for Medicare for all after they finish college and are kicked off their parents' schools' health care. Anything else? Anything else? Glenn Greenwald. After 2020, do public health experts deserve the public's trust as a political scientist? Do they have a valid claim of entitlement to discourse monopoly regarding COVID-related policy? Should we defer in silence to their wisdom? No, Glenn Greenwald, we should not. So the stimulus can do a bunch of shit. $900 million, right? $900 billion. And $900 billion is roughly equivalent to $900,000 million. So back to school funding, $82 billion is going for colleges and schools, including heating and cooling system upgrades to mitigate the virus transmission, to reopen the classes, and $10 billion for child care assistance, including $54 billion for K through 12 schools, $23 billion for higher education. My God, look at all this money. We're just throwing money everywhere. Here's some money over here. Here's some money over there. Business meal write-offs, a new tax break for business meal expenses, nicknamed the 3 Martini deduction. Fantastic. We now, America, we got the 3 Martini deduction. Homeless are still homeless. They're probably going to freeze to death, right? And all the poor people without health care are going to die, without. Anyways, ending surprising medical billing. So, okay, they'll die, but, we won't be surprised by the bill that we get in the mail. Insured patients only need, I guess that's just the insured patients, only need to pay in-network costs when an emergency or other issue forces them to use a medical provider who isn't covered by their network. The transport industry, there's $45 billion for transportation aid. So here's some, $45 billion for the road, and here's $55 billion for the preschool, and here's $23 billion for the college. Here's $10 billion for the state for the road. Here's $2 billion for an airport. Here's $1 billion for the airline contractors. Here, Boeing. Here, Delta. Here's $1 billion for passenger railroad Amtrak. Hey, Amtrak, you get $1 billion. Amtrak, that's Joe Biden loves Amtrak, so of course that's going to get some money. Rent and eviction aid, $25 billion for rent and utility payment assistance for people struggling to stay in their homes. An extension of the eviction moratorium until January 31st. States will receive a minimum of $200 million in assistance. An extension of the eviction moratorium until January 31st. 1 month. This is what this stimulus plan is going to do. So much shit is packed in this one bill. Boy, there's just like something for everybody. $600 for all the plebes, and then, everybody in government, they got, their fucking fat cat checks. They got, they got paid vaccine distribution aid, $30 billion to support procurement distribution of the vaccine. Let's see. States will receive $20 million in assistance at a minimum for the $25 billion for the rent, utility payment assistance for people struggling to stay in their homes. More to fight hunger, $13 billion for food assistance, including additional funding for food banks, senior nutrition programs, college student access to the federal government's SNAP programs, food stamps. Oh, shit, look at this. I guess Donald Trump's going to be the food stamp president right before he goes. Farm Aid, another $13 billion for direct payments, purchases and loans to farmers and ranchers. Hey, farmers and ranchers, here's some socialism. Free money for all the farmers and ranchers, and, you know, here's vaccine distribution aid and expanded Pell Grants, new grants for college tuition, which would reach 500,000 new recipients. What are the big strokes, though? So the big strokes are, now you got $900 billion, right? That's $170 billion is going to go for the $600 stimulus checks. $600, that's maybe rent if you're, you know, in a poor area, but that's not even, if you're in a decent area, that's not even going to cover rent. That's at least 600 McChickens, so you can get 600 McChickens with your $600. And it's for anybody who's making $75,000 and less, couples, $150,000 or less, and they expand the money for mixed status households, whatever in the goddamn fuck that means. So $300 per week for unemployment, it's going to get boosted. Unemployment benefits are boosted $300 per week. There's money for, like I said, for the, you know, K through 12 schools. I said preschool. And the elementary, middle school, right? So you have 1 month rent paid for dirt poor shithole, right? Okay, so healthcare providers, renters facing evictions, 1 month moratorium. You have $10 billion in loans for the U.S. Postal Service. This is socialism even more. This is a bailout for the fucking post office. Jesus Christ. You know, Democrats get in there, and now we got post offices getting financed. I thought we were supposed to cut the... Okay, anyways, $10 billion loan that they don't have to pay back, which is a gift, right? So $300 billion. So the people get $170 billion, right, for the $600 checks, but the government payroll loans to businesses, that's $300 billion. So that's almost, it's not twice as much, but that's a lot more. And then $15 billion is going to go for live venues. So apparently we're paying for rock concerts. $15 billion for live venues. $20 billion goes to targeted disaster grants. $20 billion targeted, that sounds right. That you should do that shit, right? $15 billion for live venues. What live venues? $300 billion for the government payroll loans. So business got the lion's share. The people got, you know, $170 billion, but business is going to get $300 billion. Business, government payroll loans, apparently it's going to be to help pay the employees, to keep the employees, you know, employed, and so we don't have a Great Depression. So we'll see if probably that PPP program and whatever, there's another fucking acronym. Is that the name for the letters, the words that are letters of words that are words that are letters? The words that are, the letters that you put together and that makes a word, you know what I'm talking about. America, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I love about you. That's what I love about you. Okay, and I think that's about it. Neo-hippies, I like that term. I guess I'm a neo-hippie. Neo is supposed to be like ineffective, though. I guess I'm a real hippie. New, neo, postmodern, cool hippie. I'm going for cool neo. So yeah, come to hippie land. Come on. Peace.